Okay, what's up everybody? So today we're going to be learning how to make an origami frog. Now origami is, as we learned in the other video, which you should have watched by now, an old Japanese art form where we make things by folding paper. Now, I wanted to do this because we were going to do 3D projects if we were in school. We are not in school, so we're still going to do something 3D. So what we're going to do is make an origami frog and use what we learned about textures to make the skin. So I'm going to take my paper, and I've only got a flat sheet of paper right here, which means I can only draw implied textures, not real textures. I can't make them actually come out of the paper unless I want to glue stuff on top of it, which you can when you're done if you would like. But what I'm going to do is use implied textures. So I'm going to make my frog look like it's a little bit fuzzy. So all I'm going to do is start at the top and make some little lines, some little fuzz lines. They could be hair, fuzz, whatever's going to be on there. Now you might think, a hairy frog? That's gross. And I agree. The end. I'm going to continue doing this for the whole paper. So let me just fast forward that a little bit real quick. Now for this, you could draw any kind of texture that you want. So I'm doing a texture that's a lot of little curved lines. And the key with the texture is making a lot of the same motion over and over. So I'm doing the same motion all over my paper, okay? Now, what you could do is draw a texture that looks like, I'll do it on the other side so you can see, that looks like, maybe I want to make a texture that looks like this. And then it kind of looks like one of those playground balls that we played with in elementary school. Or maybe you guys still do. The ones that you play Foursquare with, and they've got this pattern on them. So you can do this to make it kind of look rubbery or plasticky. It's just two lines going up and two lines going sideways. Okay? So you could fill up your whole paper with that if you wanted. Now I'm going to continue working on this, and I will see you again in a couple seconds. Now the other thing is, this takes a really long time. So if you want to make a texture that's bigger, maybe you want to use bigger lines, or you want to use circles all over your page, or something like that that's going to take a little bit less time, that's fine. Alright, so we end up with something that looks kind of like this. So again, you can do a different texture. It doesn't have to look exactly like this one, okay? You might notice some lines where it looks a little funky or weird. That's okay. When we fold it, some of those will go away because we're only going to be able to see certain parts of it in the finished product. You can also kind of extend some of your lines to kind of blur it out so it doesn't look like such a strict line of stuff being weird. Okay, so we have this. Once we have this, you might notice that I didn't go all the way to the bottom. And that was on purpose because we're not going to use the whole piece of paper. We're only going to use the top square. So first we need to make a square. So what we're going to do is take our paper, fold it just like this. We've done this in class before. So we're going to fold it to make our square. I'm going to line up the top so it makes a perfect point. Line up the side of the paper with the edge. There we go, make a point, and we're gonna crease down here. Try to make it nice and straight. There we go. Okay, now what you'll notice is that we have this chunk down here that's still straight. What we can do is fold that up to where it matches this line right here. So we're just gonna fold that up where it matches as close as we can get it. All right, that's not perfect, but that'll work. So we have this piece right here. So now what we can do with this is either you can cut it off and cut along that exact line. You can fold it back and forth a lot until it gets weak, and then you can tear it off. Or you can just fold it down like this and use this piece of paper like this. I am going to cut it off. Why are my hands always so shaky? There we go. So we have a square. Once we have our square, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it and flip it over onto the back. This one we want to be the outside of our frog. We want this to be the back of the frog. So we're gonna turn it over, okay? So first things first, we need to fold it right in half. Take it, fold it like this, nice and precise. There we go. Then we're gonna fold it the other way. So open it up, fold it the other way. Crease those lines nice and tight. All right, so once we have it in half, what we're gonna do is take this corner and just like folding a paper airplane or getting another square, we're gonna fold it right down to match this edge right here. So I'm gonna fold it, bring it here until it matches this edge. Okay, just like that. Okay, then we're gonna open it up and do the exact same thing on the other side. Match them up, make your crease. We're gonna take the top and we're gonna fold it down just until this point, the spot between the creases, there's gonna be a point right there. We've gotta fold it until that is directly in the top, right there. Okay, now this is gonna be the hardest part, okay? This is gonna be the hardest part, but I know you guys can do it. I'm gonna fold it back another time so that this fold is ready to go both ways. Once we've done that, we're gonna do a tricky fold, but it's not that bad. We're gonna put one finger under here, one finger under here, and bring our fingers together, and then bring this top part down. So it should make a triangle, okay? So we have a triangle of furry frog. Now what we're gonna do is take the bottom of our paper, fold it up towards here. So we have a shorter version of the frog. And bring the bottom of the paper, bring it up to where it matches the triangle. Fold it. And then let's take these pieces and fold them up. These are gonna be our front legs. So you can go until it matches that curve right there. Fold it up, make it come maybe a little bit out so it can reach over there. And that's gonna be its front leg. We're gonna try to do the same thing with this other one. Try to match the same angle. There we go, and now we have two front legs for our frog. Now it's got something to stand on. We're gonna fold these in towards the middle, and we're gonna pick this part up a little bit so you can fold them all the way in to where they meet at this middle line. You can see the middle because that's where these two should meet. So we're gonna fold that all the way over until it meets that middle line, and then crease it down. Okay, then we're gonna do the same thing for the other side. Fold it all the way over until they meet in the middle. You might have to do some finagling with your fingers to get this to fit under there how it's supposed to. There we go. All right, now the papers are getting pretty thick, so this next part is gonna be tricky. So the microphone stopped recording at one point, so I had to unfold this. That's why this is looking a little smishy. Yours should not be looking smushed like that. So once we have it at this point, we're gonna put our fingers in the middle and we're gonna pull these feet out, okay? This is a little bit hard. This is probably the hardest fold in the whole thing, okay? So we're not just pulling the whole thing out, that defeats the purpose. We're just pulling this little foot out as we fold it up. So we're gonna do that for both of them. Pull the feet out and fold the bottom up. So it's gonna look kind of like a little boat, okay? I'm gonna pull it all the way up till it matches that middle line and then fold it flat, okay? just like this. Okay, cool. So we should have a boat. If it takes you a little bit to get to that, that's okay. You can pause the video, work on getting it to there, that's fine. So once we have it here, we're gonna fold the feet down. We're not gonna go all the way to the middle, but maybe about halfway down the frog's body. We're gonna fold these feet down just like this, okay? So then we've got some back feet pointing down from the front feet. Front feet, back feet, okay? So we got our feet looking just like that. This is what we should be looking like right now, okay? Kind of looks like a baby laying in their crib. So then we're gonna take this bottom part, fold the whole body in half so that it's straight up like that. I know it's a little bit weird. It's like we're making the frog touch its toes. We're gonna press down right here. The paper should be getting really thick right now, so if it's really hard to press down, that's okay. Keep working at it. Use your knuckles, use a ruler, something to press it down really, really hard. And then last, this is gonna be the thickest fold, so we gotta press really hard, but we gotta fold this line all the way down to match this line. So matching this line to here. So to do that, what we've gotta do is use all of our finger strength and press it down as we're folding it till we make that top line meet the bottom one right there, okay? Top line is meeting the bottom one. Now this one's gonna be really, really thick, so we gotta press down really, really hard, make sure it's nice and firm. Okay, because the thicker paper is what makes the frog jump. So don't be afraid to push down on it pretty hard. So then when we flip it over, we got a furry frog. So with this frog, all you gotta do to make it jump is press down on its back, boink, and it'll jump, right? Once you get good at it, you can move it where you want it. You can make it go really far. You can make it go high. You can make it flip over sometimes. So they're pretty cool. So all I need to see from you is a picture of your textured frog, okay? Any texture. It's okay if it takes a couple tries, but you're gonna do a frog. So any texture, fold up your frog, take a picture of it either on your phone or on your laptop, your Chromebook, and submit this on Google Classroom, and that'll be 100 for the day. Good job. All right, peace.